Well, it looks like we found the person who leaked the documents from the Pentagon. Now, I know what we're all thinking, and it's only human. I think this is not what we expected him to look like. I know in my head I thought it was going to be some crusty 52-year-old analyst in the Pentagon who hated everybody and just wanted to release the documents. Not some person named Jack Teixeira of the Massachusetts Air National Guard. But it just goes to show that we live in a digital age where access to information is pretty easy and accessible. And judging based off of just his uniform, it doesn't look like he's that high up in the food chain or chain of command. Now, the main thing is this. What we do know is that Jack Teixeira ran the Discord group where these documents were leaked. We don't know exactly if it was Jack, but nonetheless, if you are in the military and you're running a group like that, you're breaking all UCMJ, Uniform Code of Military Justice. So regardless, even if he didn't do the leak per se, guilty by association, and I mean very guilty by association. Here's a post from Reuters. Reuters is saying an Air National Guardsman suspected of leaking highly classified U.S. documents will be arrested on Thursday in Massachusetts. A source familiar with the situation told Reuters. Now, I'm going to say this now. As somebody who has gotten in trouble before in the Army, nothing like crazy bad. I'm talking like very tiny in trouble. If you're guilty by association is a real thing. So anybody else in that Discord who's also in the military, you're in trouble. I guarantee all this kids, all of his friends are all going to get checked. I mean, this is going to be like a really big deal. So off the bat, I feel bad for anybody associated with this guy. Let's continue. The source who spoke on condition of anonymity did not elaborate. The FBI did not immediately respond to a request for comment on developments in the investigation. Obviously, they're not going to tell you guys how they found out, where they found out, but apparently this has been put out to the public. They found him. The Department of Justice opened a formal criminal probe last week, and the Pentagon is assessing the damage done by what may be the most damaging release of classified U.S. information in years. I think that's a little bit of a stretch because if you guys haven't actually seen what the classified documents are, here's what that looks like. Here are just the main talking points of the leaks within the documents. The leak has offered an unparalleled look into the U.S. intelligence gathering efforts. Like we already know, the United States spies on everyone. The U.S. has achieved deep penetration of most Russian security and intelligence services. Okay, I hope so. The biggest one where people were upset about is that the U.S. doubts Ukraine's spring offensive will make significant gains, and Ukraine has already dismissed this. Another weird part of the leak, like Russia's Wagner group tried to purchase weapons through Turkey, through Mali. Like, okay, we know Wagner's sketchy through Mali. They use Mali as a trading ground amongst all African nations, or African nations that are trying to do business with Russia. So again, it is really bad that you have leaked documents, but I think the leaked documents, all it told us is that, yes, the United States is spying on everyone. It doesn't necessarily trust all of its allies. It also says here in this article, U.S. President Joe Biden earlier on Thursday said investigators were closing in on the source of the leak. And again, verifying his name is Jack Teixeira, the National Guardsman led Thug Shaker Central, an online group where about 20 to 30 people shared their love of guns, memes, and video games. Yeah. So there we go. We are in the 21st century where leaked documents get sent out to Discord. And I'm curious to see what happens, and I'm curious to see if they tell us how they found out. But nonetheless, it looks like we got them.